Yes, Ben, I'm still here at the Arcata Community Center, and as you can see behind me, the H1N1 free vaccination clinic is still going on. You've got about 1 hour to come down and get your vaccine. The clinic does end at 7 o'clock tonight. It is the third clinic being held by the county, and as we mentioned earlier, it's open to anyone. So regardless of what kind of health condition you have, regardless of your age, anyone can come down and get this vaccine. So I want to bring in now Charlene Pellets. She's with the Humboldt County Public Health Branch. Charlene, I want to ask you about how many vaccines do you think that you've administered so far today?
Approximately 600.
Wow. Is this usually how busy they are, or has this been busier than the others?
This is sort of in between the two that we've already held in numbers.
I'm about to get my H1N1 vaccination, and I have to tell you, I am usually a wimp when it comes to needles, so we'll see how this goes. I heard a little birdie told me that you are the most gentle person here when it comes to administering these.
Okay.
So far? Okay, so tell me what you're doing as you do it.
All right. So first of all, I am going to clean off the site where I'm going to be giving it with an alcohol swab. And now it's already drawn up, and I'm all ready to stick it to you. And that's it. And I'm going to and you weren't a wimp at all, and I will put a little Band-Aid on you here. Just make sure.
What do you think is the difference between the flu shot and, the seasonal flu shot and the H1N1?
Well, from what I understand, when the seasonal flu shot was manufactured, the H1N1 virus had not been recognized yet as a concern for this year, so it wasn't put into the seasonal flu vaccine.
And I have to say, from personal experience, it was not as bad as I thought it would be. It was painless. It took less than a second. So you have about 1 more hour to come out here and get your shot. Come on out. If you're not able to make it tonight, they are going to have one more clinic. It's going to be this upcoming Saturday. It's going to be in Fortuna at Roner Park from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Reporting live in Arcata, I'm Ramona Giwargis, News Channel 3. Now, the hospital staff says they are just so happy and proud to have been part of the experience of delivering a baby live on Skype, especially for a soldier serving his country in Afghanistan. Even though airport officials are disappointed with the loss of the Delta service, they say they're looking forward to having another airline possibly move in to take its place. Now, when the morning court session wrapped up around 10:10, I shared an elevator with Giwargis, and on the way down, I asked him if he had anything at all to say to the people of Humboldt County, and Giwargis stared straight ahead and did not answer any of my questions. We were quickly interrupted by his attorney, Mr. Peters, who made it clear that they would have no comment for us. You can drop off your Christmas tree here at the Hawthorne Street Transfer Station. From here, the trees are taken by bins to the compost station to be recycled and reused locally. As we were filming this week's Green Report, I walked a mile up and down the block. Any purchase from the North Coast Co-op store, even just a small piece of fruit, can help change lives. Ramona. Leslie Giwargis appeared calm and collected as he faced 2 judges in court yesterday. Open even after the earthquake is because the newly constructed building you see behind me sustained little to no damage, unlike the rest of the Bayshore Mall. 9 more of these 600-ton engines are going to be brought into the PG&E plant here in Humboldt County. As you can see behind me, the protesters are still gathered here on the corner of 5th Street by the courthouse. Now they're telling me they're going to be here as long as it takes to continue to protest. They're urging Congress and President Obama to make changes to the current healthcare system. Following items are prohibited. We knew that. But the TSA has also put heightened security measures in place. One of the biggest problems in Haiti right now is the amount of rubble in Port-au-Prince. The volunteers here at the World Shelter are going to be turning that rubble into a resource. By filling these wire gabions with rubble, they will use these as walls to be stacked on top of each other to help build houses. After 12 long months of financial ruin and feelings of deep betrayal, dairy farmers reacted today to what should have been comforting news.
I felt when he finally pled guilty that I'd feel better about it, but the damage is already done.
Former Humboldt Creamery CEO Rich Giwargis will plead guilty to 1 federal charge.
Even if he can get off at 7 years, that's a slap on the hand for what he has done to this community. I mean, he is darn near broke every dairyman in the valley.
It was exactly 1 year ago this month that Giwargis resigned from his post as CEO, leaving behind a long trail of financial deception. As it turns out, Giwargis had been falsely reporting record sales, nearly $1.3 million in profits in 2008. But the reality? The company was in the red by $50 million.
We were shocked. We were shocked on the farm. The carpet got pulled out from under us.
The humble creamery quickly filed bankruptcy, and the fallout was intense, impacting dairy farmers where it hurt the most.
We didn't get paid. We just flat didn't get paid for 2 months worth of milk.
I'm very disappointed. I wouldn't say I'm mad. I'm disappointed in a lot of people. I think a lot of people let us down.
Robert Vivoda co-owns this 500-acre farm with his father, a 35-year dairyman. He says more people should have questioned Giwargis.
Rich said everything was fine, but people would not stand up and question him. And they have to keep questioning. There was checks and balances in place that were never checked.
The Vivoda family knew Giwargis personally and were one of the 42 producers providing milk to the humble creamery. The near-bankrupt dairy farmers hurt by the dishonesty agree on one thing. It's doubtful Giwargis acted alone.
I just can't blame Rich Giwargis. I have to blame a team of people. It's not just one person.
Everybody knows Rich is guilty, okay? What I would like to see are the other people that were involved be brought out.
Even though they are ready to move on, it's still a long road to recovery. Now, a spokesperson for the U.S. Attorney's Office in San Francisco would not comment on the case this afternoon. There is no court date set yet for Giwargis' first appearance, and nearly all the dairymen that I spoke to today said they're ready to close the chapter on this very tumultuous year and look forward to a brighter future. Reporting in Ferndale, Ramona Giwargis, News Channel 3.
Without any warning, the road can actually erode from the water. And so you're driving in a foot of water and then suddenly you drop into a hole.
That's the worst case scenario, but not uncommon this time of year in Humboldt County. The intense rain we've been having has already left several roads buried in inches of water. Still, meteorologists say this type of weather is not unusual for the North Coast.
This is not an extraordinary weather for this area in this time of year.
It's these short, tense spurts of rain that cause the most street flooding.
The kind of rain we're having is the right kind of rain to flood small streams and any kind of flat area. So really folks should just be driving really carefully. And in particular at night, it's hard to tell if the road is flooded.
Usually around this time of the year, we have like a little river annually going in our pasture.
Amber Marks Thornton has lived in Humboldt County all her life and says she's used to this every winter.
Yeah, I'm used to this. This isn't an unusual thing.
The National Weather Service uses a variety of tools to measure the rainfall and says compared to the average rainfall, we've had a drier winter so far. Now, one of the ways the National Weather Service measures the amount of rainfall we've had is through this 8-inch rain gauge. Now, the way that it works is the rain falls through this funnel here, and it goes down into a cylinder. From here, the staff simply measures the rainfall at the bottom of the cylinder to figure out how many inches of rain we've had. Since the winter season has just begun, there is something you can do to prepare yourself for the flooded streets and high winds.
Turn on their headlights, make themselves visible to the other drivers, make it a lot more safer.
Keep your eyes open, especially around blind corners. Look for rock slides and mudslides, and down trees and power lines.
With Saturday's quake shifting parts of the land, it's more important than ever to avoid those puddles.
There were areas where geologists noticed a shift in the land, so you think add water to that and you could certainly have more landslide potential.
Ramona Giwargis, News Channel 3.